What is up, friends? It is your boy Z3Gs here, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into this video. I do not want to make this one of those tutorials where I'm just like, so here's what you do, guys. You're going to want to click. I don't want to make it one of those super slow, just, you know, down to the bare minimum. I want to make it short, sweet, and simple. So let's get right into it. So if you're clicking on this video, this is my personal setup on PC and console recording. So this is how I am going to be recording my console and PC gameplay. This is something a lot of viewers from my live stream asked on how I set it up and how I work with it. So we're gonna wipe this clean here. This is just going to be a test thing for you guys to kind of get started on streaming, and I'm going to be making more videos like this, and this is just going to be the start of some of my OBS videos because I feel like I'm inclined to teach some of you guys that maybe want to get into streaming and YouTubing and how to record and make this process a lot easier. So without further ado, make sure you have OBS downloaded. I am not going to show you guys how to download it. Literally Google OBS and then download the latest version of it. Once you do that, make a scene. All you have to do to make a scene is right click, add scene, and name it. So right click, add scene, and name it scene. We're gonna open this new scene here and slide on over into our sources, which is right next to it. So scenes and sources are two different things. You're gonna wanna right click on the sources. I'm gonna show you guys two different ways on how I record / stream my PC gameplay. So once you slide over onto the sources, right click, add, and go to game capture. Game capture is the best thing for live streaming PC gameplay without having a internal capture card. And once you do that, this little window is going to pop up here, and you want it to have select application. It should automatically have it like that, but just in case it's not, make sure that's selected. And you're gonna want to check select or stretch image to screen, ignore aspect ratio, and keep the capture mouse. So these top three clicked. Once you do that, you're gonna want to have your game. So whichever game you open, Counter-Strike, H1Z1, whichever PC game you're playing, make sure it's open, and you're gonna want to refresh. And once that is open, let's just say, you know, my Logitech camera software is my game, quote unquote. This is what's open on my PC right now. Click that, say this is your game. Boom. That is it. That is all you have to do. Once you do that, you can preview your stream and resize it to your liking. That's my first way. I pretty much use that every day I stream. I also, for a couple games, I have to use monitor capture just because they're not very well optimized for streaming in game capture for some reason. So slide on over to your sources again. Make sure you're in the same scene. I made that mistake before, but you're gonna want to hop in over to your sources, right click on that, add, and then go right into monitor capture. It's the second one from the top, right under window capture. And what monitor capture is it should be capturing your monitor. So we're gonna kind of preview that. I hope it'll give you guys a little inception, I believe. So bear with me on that. You just want to keep that there. We're gonna unclick that first, but monitor capture is your desktop, so it's basically capturing what you see on your desktop and not an extra game window, if that makes sense. So if we preview that there, you're gonna see a little inception, but that's what the software I'm recording with on my main desk right there, and that's gonna show you my desktop on there. So that's pretty much the basics of that one right there. Two easy ways to record without a capture card. You do not need a capture card to record PC gameplay / stream it. You have two very, very easy options: monitor capture and game capture. And those are what I use to stream, and that's pretty much it for my PC side of streaming. So let's move on to the console. Unfortunately, I do not have my capture card plugged into my console right now because I am currently recording this OBS video with my capture card that I use for my console. I use an AverMedia Gamer Pro HD, Live Gamer HD, whatever you call it. It's an internal game capture card that you plug into your motherboard of your PC. And if that's too much to explain or kind of handle, basically I take a capture card and plug it into my PCI slots of my motherboard. And what I mean by that is it goes inside your computer and you can connect an HDMI to it and capture gameplay off of it. So that's too confusing. I'm sorry. You can use an Elgato. That's just straight HDMI to HDMI or whatever you're using. Basically, it's the same as capturing sources from your PC. All you have to do is the same thing, is right-click in your sources. Like I said, make sure you're clicked in the right scene. I've made that mistake plenty of times. And then add a video capture device. That's right under your CL browser, right above your game capture. Make sure it's video capture device. This is going to be what you use to get your webcam in and also your capture card for your console gameplay. So without further ado, you just scroll down into the device section and click whichever one you're using. I can't preview this one because I'm actually recording it on a separate monitor through my PC. It's not even plugged into my console, but you're gonna select it and you can resize it to whatever you want. I keep it at 1920 by 1080. Sometimes for certain games, I'll downscale it to 1280 by 720, whatever your personal preference is. I keep it around 30 FPS. You know, a lot of the newer games on your console can run at 60 FPS, but they just look better at 30 FPS on stream, a lot of them, just because some are just not very well optimized for that. Recording, you can go up to 60 FPS. Just make sure you know what you're doing in rendering, but I'm going off tangent here. 30 FPS, 1920 by 1080. Make sure your device is selected in the device section. Click OK. Bada bing, bada boom. Those are basically the three things I use to capture. I'm going to show you guys kind of my microphone setup as well to kind of wrap this video up. So when you're all set up there, you're going to want a microphone, obviously, to talk to your chat and this and that and interact with your viewers and such. So this one's pretty easy. It's easier than setting up sources for your gameplay. You're just gonna hop into settings right next to file, click that, and it should open this general settings tab. You're going to want to scroll down to your audio tab. And this is very simple. Make sure this is default, especially if you're streaming your PC. It's basically going to give you all the sound for your desktop for whichever game you are playing at that moment in time. Make sure these two are clicked as well. Check mark these below your microphone. I've always had them checked. I've never unchecked them, so just keep them checked. Also, this is where the bread and butter hits. It's your microphone, your auxiliary audio device, so basically your mic. Whichever mic you're using to broadcast with, select that one. I'm using my Audio-Technica AT2035 condenser microphone, which actually is kind of fancy because it has a audio interface, but I selected that, my audio interface, which gives me the sound. And then you can kind of fiddle around with this. This is all going to be on your personal microphone volume, your setup, how loud your microphone gain is, this and that, how far away it is from your face, if it's like this close or if it's further up here. You're going to have to tweak with that on your own. I'm just showing you guys kind of how to set it up. And after all of this is done here, just make sure everything's good to go, checked, your mic selected, default, and fiddle around with that for how loud you want your microphone. All you got to do is click apply after that. Okay, and then when you do preview, you should see the microphone moving down there as you see mine. So that's gonna be it, guys. I think that's the simplest forms I can make a starting tutorial, I guess, for an OBS video. Like I said, this was just a video to kind of show you guys what I use to capture with for streaming. And, you know, I try to make it as simple, sweet, and short as possible. So if this video did help you out at all, make sure you like it, share it around with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you want more like this. Also, this is going to be one of the first videos of some of these OBS videos I'm going to make. If you have any questions regarding this topic or any suggestions you'd like me to cover over OBS, any questions of such, streaming wise, I'll be happy to help out to the best of my ability. So make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. But as always, guys, this has been your boy Izzy3Gs and Bren's friends. We will see you guys later. Peace out.